Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The DTC P0716 indicates an issue with the torque converter turbine speed sensor circuit performance, as utilized in the Honda Accord 2023 and newer models. This code is triggered when there's a discrepancy between the speed readings of the torque converter turbine speed sensor and the CVT drive pulley speed sensor. The speed sensor is a critical component of the vehicle's continuously variable transmission, CVT, responsible for monitoring the rotational speed of the turbine within the torque converter. The Transmission Control Module, TCM, analyzes the speed inputs, and if it detects that the torque converter turbine speed is lower than the expected value compared to the CVT drive pulley speed, it will store this diagnostic trouble code for further inspection. Understanding this error and its implications can significantly aid in maintaining optimal performance in Honda Accords. The torque converter turbine speed sensor is a fundamental component located within the torque converter of the Honda Accord. Its primary role is to measure the rotational speed of the turbine. This data is essential for the effective operation of the vehicle's continuously variable transmission, CVT, as it helps determine the optimal shift points for transmission efficiency. The sensor sends the readings to the Transmission Control Module, TCM, which processes this information to control various aspects of the transmission system. Any malfunction or inconsistency in the readings may lead to a significant loss of transmission performance and trigger the DTC P0716. Thus, ongoing monitoring of this sensor's functionality is vital for ensuring seamless driving experiences. There are several potential causes for the DTC P0716 code in Honda Accords. The first is a faulty torque converter turbine speed sensor. If this sensor fails, it won't provide accurate speed information to the TCM. Another possibility is damaged wiring or connectors, which can result in loss of signal due to poor electrical connections or external wear. Additionally, the issue could lie within the Transmission Control Module, TCM, itself. If the TCM malfunctions, it may not correctly interpret the signals it receives from the speed sensors. Finally, any inaccuracies in the speed readings, either from the torque converter speed sensor or the input shaft speed sensor, could lead to the detection of a systemic issue. Each of these potential faults must be carefully inspected to accurately diagnose the problem. The presence of DTC P0716 can manifest various symptoms within the Honda Accord. One of the most noticeable indicators is transmission shifting issues, which may include rough or delayed shifting as the TCM struggles to receive accurate information from the sensor. Drivers may also experience poor acceleration, a reduction in engine power, or inconsistencies in how the vehicle responds to throttle input. This disparity often results in a less enjoyable driving experience and can hamper overall vehicle performance. Additionally, the check engine light on the dashboard will likely illuminate as the TCM stores this diagnostic trouble code. It is crucial to take these symptoms seriously to avoid further complications or potential damage to the transmission system. The first troubleshooting step in addressing DTC P0716 involves raising the vehicle on a lift. This is essential to ensure safe access to the undercarriage and components associated with the transmission system. While elevating, it's crucial to securely support the vehicle using jack stands to prevent any accidents or injuries during inspection. Once safely elevated, ensure that all four wheels can rotate freely. This preparatory step provides necessary conditions for the subsequent tests and inspections. Performing this task correctly lays the foundation for effective troubleshooting and diagnosis of the torque converter turbine speed sensor, or TCM, issues. The second step of the troubleshooting process requires starting the engine and disabling the Vehicle Stability Assist (VSA) system. Disabling the VSA is important to ensure that the vehicle operates without any interference that may arise from stability control systems while conducting the tests. Once the engine is running, the technician should be ready to gather data from the vehicle's performance under controlled conditions. This step is critical for obtaining accurate readings from the torque converter turbine speed sensor and confirming the validity of the DTC P0716. Awareness of these factors can increase diagnostic efficiency and reliability. In the third step, the vehicle must be run at speeds exceeding 19 miles per hour, 30 kilometers per hour, for a duration of at least 30 seconds. This speed threshold is essential as it allows the torque converter turbine speed sensor to activate and provide relevant readings that can be analyzed in conjunction with the input shaft drive pulley speed sensor readings. During this time frame, the technician should closely monitor the vehicle's performance and the data being generated. By comparing the two speed readings, discrepancies can be noted. Identifying any irregularities in the speed measurements during this acceleration phase can help confirm the source of the issue, triggering DTC P0716. The final troubleshooting step involves gradually slowing down the vehicle and bringing the wheels to a complete stop. This allows for the capture of final data from the torque converter turbine speed sensor. The technician should closely assess the readings from the Honda Diagnostics System, HDS, at this stage. If the readings from the torque converter turbine speed sensor and the input shaft drive pulley speed sensor are nearly identical, the sensor is functioning correctly. If there is a notable difference, it may indicate a malfunction in the torque converter turbine speed sensor. Conversely, if the readings are as expected, but the discrepancy still exists in the system, the issue may be tied to the TCM, necessitating further diagnostic inspection. This detailed evaluation is critical in determining the next steps for repair. Once the necessary repairs or replacements have been made, the final verification step begins. This involves clearing the DTC from the system using Honda's diagnostic tools. After clearing the code, conduct a thorough test drive of the vehicle under conditions that previously triggered the DTC P0716. Monitor the vehicle's performance, focusing on how the transmission responds to acceleration and shifting. It is essential to check for any recurrence of the DTC during the drive cycle. If the DTC does not reappear, this indicates that the issue has been successfully resolved. However, if the DTC reoccurs, further investigation would be warranted, indicating an underlying problem might still persist. Preventive maintenance is crucial for avoiding future occurrences of DTC P0716 in Honda Accords. Regular inspections of the torque converter turbine speed sensor and its wiring are essential. By proactively identifying wear or physical damage, potential issues can be addressed before they escalate into costly repairs. Additionally, proper maintenance of electrical connections helps ensure that signals are transmitted accurately and without resistance. Scheduling routine transmission fluid changes is also a significant step. Clean and well-maintained fluid supports all transmission components, contributing to overall performance. Following these preventive measures can help maintain the operational integrity of the transmission and prolong the vehicle's lifespan, while preventing the recurrence of issues related to DTC P0716. In conclusion, DTC P0716 highlights critical issues relating to the torque converter turbine speed sensor and its functionality in Honda Accords. It is essential to conduct detailed inspections, starting with the identification of the root cause, whether it be the sensor itself or the TCM. Accurate testing and methodical troubleshooting steps help pinpoint the exact fault. Moreover, prioritizing preventive maintenance can significantly reduce the risk of recurrence for this error code. By staying ahead of potential issues through regular checks and maintenance, vehicle performance can be safeguarded, ultimately leading to a safer and more enjoyable driving experience. Through understanding and addressing DTC P0716, repairs can be efficiently executed, keeping your Honda Accord running smoothly. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.